The LCS year kicked off this weekend with the first 3 days of the group stage of the lock-in tournament, and while we didn't get to see starting rosters for all the teams, we did have several players stand out and show that they're ready to start the year on the right foot. The first player I want to highlight is the consensus best performer of the lock-in tournament's opening weekend. Vulcan is the obvious choice for player of the week after leading Evil Geniuses to a 3-0 start. His enormous recon engage against Team Liquid is the highlight of the tournament so far, but his Nautilus game was even better as he hit CLG over and over on every part of the map. Then he pulled out Bard against Immortals and dropped big ults on them to shut down any progressive plays they tried to make. We're only 3 games into Vulcan's tenure on Evil Geniuses, but Cloud9 fans are probably already wondering why their team would possibly let this player go. Next, I want to talk about Blabber. Blabber put together some strong ganks and achieved good early game outcomes even though he wasn't getting consistent prio from his laners, and sometimes was working against 3 lanes pushed in against him at the same time. He initiated team fights on Jarvan to catch exposed targets and create some big gains for his team, and he carried fights on Lee Sin too. All around, he showed up as the playmaking, aggressive jungler who has been a franchise cornerstone for Cloud9 and should continue to be for years to come. Finally, I want to shout out FlyQuest's new support Aframu. He's turning 30 later this year, so I need to stick by my fellow boomer and celebrate the fact that he's still out there performing well and forcing enemy teams to keep their heads on a swivel when he's got playmaking tools in his hands. Aframu's Bard game featured some big pick-off plays and a clutch sequence around the Baron, and he and Johnson showed some signs of recapturing their previous synergy in lane. It's going to be an uphill climb for FlyQuest as a team this year, but Aframu is already showing that he's ready for the challenge. There were plenty of other players who could be shouted out as well. Inspired was great, Fudge looked pretty good for his first games as a mid laner, and Jojopion had a very strong debut. Let me know in the comments who caught your eye. Thanks for watching and supporting my content. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and check out the channel memberships if you want to get access to custom emojis, special roles in the Oracle's Elixir Discord, and other perks.